Welcome to Remake TV. I'm Jasmine Bowen and you are watching another fantastic episode of The Elephant in the Room. Today, we have a kind of curious episode for you. We have Troy and Gabriella in studio. Thank you for coming, guys. And they are contortionists. Now, I know you have a lot of questions that just came bubbling out of your mouth. Don't worry, I'm gonna ask them for you. So let's turn the attention to our two lovely guests. Thank you for coming today, guys.
Hi.
So let's start with Troy, because you have the microphone in your hand. When did you discover that you were a contortionist? Or how did you discover it?
When I was born abnormally flexible, and I figured it was just completely natural behavior to be able to throw your leg over your head whenever you wish.
So when did you discover this was not normal?
When people started running and screaming and saying, "Ew, oh my gosh, what are you doing?" And I'd say, "What, you can't do this?"
Aww. So you've always kind of done it.
Always.
Have you put any effort into like developing your ability?
I've always wished to, but professionally I haven't yet. I just kind of have fun doing my own thing. It is kind of a dream of mine though, just to see how far I could get. I wish I took gymnastics.
All right, and Gabriella?
Well, I've danced since I was about 3 years old, and around when I was 7 or 8, one of my teachers noticed that I can wrap my legs around my head and I can put my butt on top of my head, and then from there she was like, let's see what else you can do.
Oh.
And then from there I just kept developing more skills. I have more of a training background, so I can put 2 and 2 together with certain moves.
Now I can see this as seriously injuring a young child. I mean,
surprisingly, knock on wood, I have never been badly injured. The worst I've done, I kicked myself in the head really hard once and I knocked myself out.
I bet you that's not a problem that you guys have. Contortionist problems.
Yeah, that was a hard one. I did it once when I was 7 and I was just like, oh, maybe I shouldn't kick so hard. And then I did it another time in my 20s and then I needed to sit down and take a break.
Yeah, when you get older, I think it creates lasting damage.
Yeah.
So we'll start with you now. What is kind of the scientific form or reason for what you're doing, or the medical?
Well, for myself, I'm not double jointed. A lot of contortionists are double jointed. I just have a ridiculously flexible back.
Okay.
And a little bit of my hamstrings, but most contortionists are kind of all over. I'm just kind of basically my spine. My spine is really curvy. When I was growing up, a lot of the kids in school would be like, Gabby wasn't born with a spine. She has no spine in her body.
You have a spine, yes.
But I have a spine. I am fully intact with all the bones and limbs and muscles and everything.
All right.
I just said it's really flexible.
Cool. And Troy, what is the matter with you?
Well, I'm double jointed in many, many places. I don't have a reason for it, but if I could give one, I would say I was born prematurely, 4.5 months. And
You were 4.5 months when you were born, or 4.5 months premature?
4.5 months premature.
Holy.
Very lucky.
That is amazing, especially 20 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
I was one of the lucky ones.
Yes.
So I kind of contribute that. I sometimes say, well, maybe I just didn't form altogether, right? And everywhere is double jointed.
And 25 years later, you still haven't formed properly. Now, so you're in control of your whole body to bend and flex and all.
I'm more flexible in some places than others, but my arms, double jointed in both of my arms, my fingers, thumbs. I have flexible hips, and my back does work too.
Okay. Now, have you ever been injured?
I've been sore after a long night of bending constantly, but I haven't actually injured myself. Well, I actually have kicked myself in the face too. I think it's a contortionist thing.
It really is contortionist problems.
I just kneed myself right in the nose, kicking straight up, and it hurt.
But that nothing serious, nothing requiring like.
I've never seen a doctor about it.
Now, what does your doctor think?
My doctor doesn't know I'm this flexible, to be honest. It's just not the sort of thing that comes up in the doctor's
Maybe you should
office,
send
right?
him the link to this episode after. Make sure you're not going to injure yourself, because I know you've asked your doctor, and what did he say?
He was basically like, if you don't pain, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong unless you feel pain, unless you feel something wrong with you, then you'd stop. But no, he said it's completely normal. People are born with more flexibility than others.
Okay, it's completely normal. You're not gonna injure yourself or anything like that. So now that you have the mic, why don't you tell us, like, how has this helped you?
It's helped me in a lot of ways. I'm with two performing arts companies.
Okay.
One's a dance company and one's an aerial circus company, and I contort for both of them. And my flexibilities help me all throughout my dancing because I was able to kick higher. I was able to do more things. I'm able to do a specialty act. So it's helped me get a lot of jobs.
Okay.
And I've been able to book a lot more things because contortionists come a dime a dozen.
Right.
And so when people know you can do something special.
I didn't know that. There's more.
There's more. So when people know that you are able to do something special that the average person can't do, then you're most likely to book more jobs.
Now, has this kind of been your profession up until now?
Yeah. Since I got out of high school, I've been teaching.
Okay.
I'm an acrobatics teacher, so I'm building the next generations of flexies. And I've been in two performance companies for about 5 years now, and I do gigs across the city, and I just love being upside down.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, now Troy, how has this helped you? I mean, you two I know that you know each other from high school. So at a high school, did you kind of go the same path?
No, I kind of kept it on the down low. But it has helped me unexpectedly. I've been recognized at places that you just wouldn't expect to be recognized, and
from your performance.
Especially at a Halloween haunt at Wonderland.
Okay.
And it's given me a lot of small freebies, from like free popcorn at the movies to.
Woo!
I think the best thing that's ever happened was I got out of not a speeding ticket, but my one of my headlights were blown, and when I was pulled over, the cop recognized me from Halloween Haunt, and we had a great discussion. And so when I first got pulled over, I was just like, oh my goodness, this is the end. I've never been pulled over by a cop before. What could possibly happen? And then it was one of the same cops I saw that night, and it was wonderful. I wish I took a picture.
Did you still have your makeup on? Or?
No, I did take it off. I think it would have been a different story if I had terrible blood all over my face.
Oh my God. Well, that's good, because now you don't have a demerit on your record for that. Okay, so it has helped you a lot. Now, we'll go the opposite way. How about hindering you? I mean, growing up, was it a little bit difficult?
Oh yeah, I was teased all the time. I'm trying to remember exactly what people had said to me, but it was just generally along the lines of, you have no bones, we should just stuff you in a dryer or or a cupboard and lock you there.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That's horrible.
Kids were mean. I laugh about it now, but when I was a kid, it was horrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should just stuff you in the dryer? What were you doing to deserve that?
Just stretching normally.
Oh.
Yeah, kids are mean.
But I think that, regardless, everyone gets teased for something. So that's no good. And what about you?
The same thing, like I'll stuff you to the locker. Actually, in high school, just for fun, my friends did put me in the locker.
Now you're smaller than Troy.
I'm much smaller, so I can actually fit comfortably in a locker, have my lunch there if I really wanted to.
It's a good spot.
But just the same, like you have no spine, you're born without a spine, you're a freak, you're abnormal. But
you guys do live normal lives.
For sure. And what people don't understand is every morning I have to go upside down. It's a form of, I don't have to crack my back, but if I don't do that, then I feel stiff the rest of the day. I have to do some form of upside down movement to go on with my day. Otherwise I feel like I'm stiff or out of shape. So if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't be able to walk around.
You have to go upside down. Now, do you have any of that? Microphone? Let us hear you.
Sorry. I stretch throughout the day constantly, and some people kind of look at me.
And this is whether you're working or not. You have to.
It's a completely normal behavior for me, but I don't always realize that people see what I do and think, oh my goodness, that's completely abnormal, because I'm so used to it. So I'll just be sitting, I'll be writing a test and put my arms behind my head, good stretch, and my classmate beside me would be, I'd see their...
Now you're hindering other people.
Sometimes.
Oh! All right, so something that the general public wants to know is contortionists can be a little freaky. It can turn maybe a little bit into a fetish. So have you guys ever gotten a porn offer, a fetish offer? You have the microphone, so you can go first.
Oh, this is an interesting story.
Okay.
I was working at Halloween Haunt one night, turning myself inside out like I normally do. And I was approached by a man who gave me a business card. And I thought, wonderful, a business offer. What is this? And he said, we do shows. We'd like you to be part of our show. I see you have a special talent. And I looked at the card. It was a gold card. It said House of Lancaster. I didn't know what this meant, but I had some coworkers beside me who definitely knew that House of Lancaster was a gentleman's club. And I look on the card, sure enough, there's a silhouette of a busty woman. And he keeps on telling me about the job offer. And ultimately, I turn to ask him, I say, do I get to keep my clothes on for this?
And what did he say?
He just looked startled, and I believe he walked away after that, after seeing I wasn't quite interested.
I'm going to take it with yes or no. No.
I'm leaning more towards clothing removal.
Did you follow up on it?
Definitely not.
No. All right, so that's not really going to be your line of work there.
No, I know. I think I'll leave that avenue unexplored for now.
All right, Gabriella, anything like that?
Well, nothing like that. I don't think any story can beat that. But like as we talked about earlier, children can tease you and whatnot about our talent. But older men are a whole other ball game. I next to never, unless my friends want to tease me, ever tell people what I do or what I can do,
really?
Because their mind just goes there. Their mind just goes to the dirty place. So I never introduce myself as a dancer or an acrobatic contortionist because the slew of questions that will follow, I just don't want to deal with it.
Oh,
so I
God.
just say, I'm a girl.
Yeah, I'm just
not your average girl.
Do you feel, I guess you feel kind of limited because you can't really talk about your work then in social situations?
When I would meet people and I know them for a much longer period of time, then they'll know. Or if they add me on Facebook, then they'll definitely know.
Right.
But it's just not something I want to talk about at the very beginning of meeting someone because their mind will go there. Even like females too, their mind will just generally go there because everyone's human and everyone's minds can go to the dirty place. So yeah, I'm just a girl.
Now, do you think you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life?
Performing as long as I can, but I'm getting older. I can feel it in my bones. I think I got a few more years ahead of me.
Now, a contortionist lifespan, I think, is similar to a dancer's. Not lifespan, like they're not going to croak. Performance lifespan.
It all depends on how you work. Like you have to stretch before, you have to stretch after. If you go everything like with cold muscles, you're going to injure yourself for sure, and then you're out of the game. But as long as I keep stretching and training and practicing, then I have a few more years. I would think up until maybe when I'm 30, just maybe under 30.
You're in your mid-20s.
Yeah.
What about you, Troy? Are you starting to feel it? He doesn't want to admit it.
Normally, I don't feel pain, but after 8 hours of continuous bending, I remember.
Oh, okay. Well,
you will feel sore the next day. I hope
I wonder if that's fairly normal. I mean, anyone who exercises or stretches for 8 hours is
that
going to
makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I'm not going to fall apart the next day.
Are you starting to feel it more though than you used to?
Yeah, generally like the recovery time I'm noticing
is longer.
Is a bit longer. It scares me, but I hope to keep going as long as I can.
Right. How long do you think you have left?
I think I'll always be flexible, but I just don't think I'll be able to keep up performance for
Well, I don't know any 50-year-old contortionists. I don't think that's socially acceptable nor normal to do. So what's next? I mean, eventually you are going to age out and not be able to do it. So what are you going to do?
School.
Find
a job like a normal person.
A normal person. Go back undercover like this never existed. And what about you? What are you going to do?
Well, I teach, and I've been a dance teacher for about 6 years now. So I'm going to continue teaching and training as much as I can, and then teach my students all that I've learned in my bendy years and create the next wave of contortionists.
Oh dear. Do you find kind of competition with them or with other contortionists?
What do you mean?
Well, you're teaching them, I mean, essentially to be able to do what you can do and then teach you out of a job.
The children I'm teaching are like 7 or 8,
okay, so you're good.
By the time they get to my age, I will be long out of the game. But it's really exciting. I see how much they love it and how much they want to excel and how much they look up to me. And I want them than me. I want them to do more than I can do because I want contortionists to take over the world.
Oh,
that's the secret agenda.
Yeah, Troy. I know that's your secret agenda, is it to take over the world? I know that this year was one of the first years you were performing with other contortionists at Wonderland. Did you feel competition? Did you want to kind of take them out?
Secretly, I kind of did. I was worried. I was like, what am I getting into? What is this? Are they better than me? But it just turns out they're different. People are flexible in many different parts of their bodies. So things I could do and things I could not do, they did with ease. So we actually had a synergy. We worked really well together.
Really? So you didn't want to push them into the lake or anything?
Not after the first day.
So I guess I mean, it's like anybody. I mean, everyone's good at different things, and you two are very bendy in different ways as well. So what we're gonna do is, I know you're all wondering, what exactly can these two do? So we are going to find out when we come back on Remake TV. You might want to settle in for this one. This is not for the faint of heart. So sit up straight, go call your friends over. It's about to get very interesting. Catch you in a moment. Welcome back to Remake TV. You're watching The Elephant in the Room. This is our contortionist episode. And now for the part you've all been waiting for, they are going to demonstrate for us what exactly these twisty bendy people can do. So I think we're starting with Gabriella. So,
Okay, so away I go.
all right. Oh dear. Whoa. Oh. Here, maybe you have a comment on that? You can commentary for us, Trey?
Oh my, I'm still jealous. It's wonderful.
Wow, amazing.
Very nice.
Oh my goodness. Now this is different from what you can do, I think. This is more, I can definitely see it, this is more trained acrobatics, performance work. I don't know if you can see with the camera, but her shoulder is actually kind of dislocated out of her arm and lying flat on the ground in not a way normal people can do this. Wow.
So controlled. I'm all over the place.
Wow. That was awesome.
Thanks.
So you have a lot of training.
Yeah, I have training in this.
And yours is more acrobatic, kind of controlled, as you said.
You'll see the difference when Troy and I go. Troy's just a free spirit. I put my training into my work.
All right.
He's a daredevil.
Okay, Mr. Daredevil, it is your turn, and maybe Gabriella, you can commentary for Troy.
sure.
And I'm gonna put my feet up so Troy doesn't hurt me or himself.
There you go.
All right. Oh! Oh! Ah!
Amazing.
Ah! I could see how this would be freaky. You don't want to meet Troy in a back alley. Oh!
So what he's doing a bridge, but his shoulders are out.
Last thing I can do.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
Oh wow. Very impressed. So what, you had a bit, he was doing a bridge and...
What he was doing when he went backwards, I kind of did the same thing. It's called a bridge, but the difference between him and I is he dislocated his shoulders out.
Right.
That's where his double jointedness comes in. At the very end is what in dance is what you call Y scale, because he went up into a Y, but then he kind of twisted his letter Y over his head.
Now, does that hurt?
If it hurt, I wouldn't do it at all. No.
It doesn't hurt at all?
Not
it
at all.
It doesn't feel strange?
It's fun.
It's fun. That's great. And you can also do a backflip. I'm not going to make you do it here, but you just discovered, like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah, I can do a few acrobatics. I can do front walkovers, back walkovers, flips.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, why don't you hand me that, because I would like both of you to get up. And I would like to see what you can do going against each other. Now, I know that you both do very different things, but maybe challenge each other a little bit. So.
I'm going to borrow this.
Yes.
I'm just going to try and copy what you do.
So what we can do is we can show how like the technical one goes against the free spirit.
Okay, so yeah, Gabriella has years and years of training. Troy's has years and years of being creative, and it goes very well. So go ahead.
So what we can show is we show the Y scale that Troy just did. So if you want to do it again, and then I'll do the technical Y scale.
The technical version.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay, here's the technical version. I don't know if you heard that, but there was a ginormous pop. Wow. I can definitely see the dance training in here. Wow. Now, can you do yours again? What was it you did?
Do what you...
I don't even really know what to call it. I just go wild, but I'll show you.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a difference.
And I can't keep my balance as well as she can. That's great.
What was that?
Sorry, I can't keep my balance as well as she can.
Okay, well, have a seat, guys, before you hurt yourselves. Keep the microphone there. So you don't compete against each other?
No.
No.
Troy and I have actually known each other for like 6 years? No, maybe 7 years. We went to high school together. And I can still remember like the first day of high school, him like crawling down the hallway, and I was like, oh, I think I have a new friend.
My new best friend.
My new best friend.
There are people like me.
and like we went to an arts high school, and I remember in grade 9 we were in the same English class. Our teacher had said, like, because you're in an arts high school, we're so more open, and people are more open to accepting you. And people really were of Troy and I. Sorry.
So it's okay that you crawl down the hallway.
It's okay if you can flip around. Makes you that much more unique.
All right. Do you guys have anything? We'll start with you. Anything to say to the people at home? Because I can bet you at least 10 people got up and tried to do that, and they fell on their face.
I probably should have told them not to try this at home unless they have experience and maybe a person beside them to call an ambulance in case things go wrong. But I'm sure if you did try that and you do need an ambulance, you'll know for next time.
Now, have you actually seen an injury by an inexperienced person?
I've seen people pull muscles and they say, I can't move. And I say, oh dear, well, we'll get you an ice pack.
Has anyone tried to imitate what you're doing and then it goes badly?
Generally where I have to give them the ice pack because they're trying to copy me. And
oh dear.
Yeah.
And what about you? Any advice? Maybe any advice to those who are aspiring contortionists or performers?
Well, from the teacher background in me, please don't try this at home. And if you do, make sure someone's around you. Never try anything on a bed, because the bed is really bouncy and you can really injure yourself that way. I know a lot of my students always try to do tricks on the bed because it's more soft, but that soft can injure you if you fall the wrong way. Yeah. So please, off the beds.
Oh dear.
And if you want to be an acrobat or contortionist, take some acro classes. And then you can find your gift from there, acro classes or circus aerial classes, and you can build your classes and build your strengths.
Now, what is the general age that you should start doing this? Because I know something getting up at 30 and deciding to do this is not
you're not you might have some issues. I would think 7 or 8.
Okay.
Your body's still forming, but you're not young enough, like a 4-year-old, that you're just going to throw yourself. Mm-hmm. I have some students who are maybe 5 or 6 and they didn't know the strength of their body and would just whip themselves down and would give me a heart attack. So I would say maybe 7 or 8, maybe 9.
Okay.
To start working.
All right. Okay. So we're going to finish up. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. I thought maybe you could give us one last pose as we finish off. Okay. So hand me that. They're both of you at once. If you want to contact Troy or Gabriella for performing, they can definitely be found through us. Do either of you have individual contact?
You can follow me on Twitter at Gabby_DB, and you can get all my information there.
All right. And Troy?
And I've got an email address. It's tjames888@hotmail.com.
Fairly easy to do. All right. So thank you. So go right ahead, guys, and go right at it. Thank you so much for joining us today on Remake TV as we have our contortionist finishing off the show for us in a very interesting way. I will catch you next time. Don't forget to tell your friends all about the great episode and come right back here for another interesting segment. Talk to you soon.